the single-letter word candidate had to say on this particular bill, Madam Speaker. And hopefully, by my standing, there'll be other contributions to this bill, because this is a very important bill. And I want to go over the schedule to which the Honorable Single-Word candidate, Mr. Kyle Hodge, spoke to. The Green Iguana, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, in September of 1995, the Green Iguana and monkeys invaded Anguilla like 1969 invasion, Madam Speaker. Just as we did not invite them in 1969, we did not invite them in 1995. But nevertheless, they came to our shows uninvited, and since then, they have wreaked havoc on our shows, Madam Speaker. And just like the 1969 invasion, Madam Speaker, the Green Iguana started from the east and went through the west, destroying everything in its path, Madam Speaker. It ate of our vegetables, ate of my spinach in my little gardens that I try to grow, Madam Speaker. So far is a reach, Madam Speaker. The monkeys seem as if they have taken up residence in the Crocus Bay and the Cartouche areas, Madam Speaker. We see families of them sparring off as if it's a civil war in Iraq, Madam Speaker. So great is the monkey invasion in Anguilla. And as in 1969, we did not invite the Red Devils, or did we invite the monkeys or the green iguanas? They were all invasive species, Madam Speaker. They were all invasive species. And while we were not able to shake off the Red Devils, Madam Speaker, through this amendment to the bill, we have the opportunity to shake off those green iguanas, because it goes deeper than that. Because we have an indigenous iguana here in Anguilla, Madam Speaker. As a child, we would go down through the salt pond in Sandy Ground, go over the North Hill, and onto the other side, Madam Speaker. And there's an old slave house on the back there, right on the border of the water that meets the shoreline, that slaves built, and is still standing there to this day. And out there on the reefs, Madam Speaker, we would pick sea moss, very nutritious, and we would see the local iguanas through that area. That's the only place that I ever saw iguanas. But with the invasion of the green iguana in September 6th and 7th of 1995, Madam Speaker, I don't remember the exact time when they landed on our shores, but I remember the date, on logs coming out of Dominica and the like, Madam Speaker. Just like that, those green iguanas can threaten the local indigenous iguana by breeding with those iguanas and causing the same result as a horse and a donkey copulating, which results in sterility, results in the mule version of the iguanas, Madam Speaker. And so the Anguilla National Trust have had to capture the local iguanas and not ship them off to Demerara, Aruba, San Pedro de Macorís, but ship them off to Dog Island, where they'll be safe from this invasion of the green iguana, Madam Speaker. That is where we found ourselves today, because as you know, Madam Speaker, there was an invasion of rats on Dog Island as well. And we were able to eradicate those rats back in 2013 and 14, every single one of them. There's still goats down there. And there's a lot of biodiversity down there, Madam Speaker. And so this allows us to eradicate those green iguanas, Madam Speaker. And the other species, including the bank racer. The bank racer is the indigenous snake, Madam Speaker. It's a good species because it controls rodents. And we in Anguilla, we kill them indiscriminately. They're no danger to us. When you see the racer, the bank racer, they run away from us. They can't cause us no harm. They don't have venom, Madam Speaker. They don't attack us. And so we should not seek to destroy things that are indigenous to Anguilla, because it is not the first time we have had species that were indigenous to Anguilla that we lost forever. Because there was a time in our history, Madam Speaker, where we had what was called the giant rat. And that too was eradicated from Anguilla. And the skeleton of that is probably somewhere in the Smithsonian in the United States or somewhere thereabout, Madam Speaker. This is a unique place. This country, Madam Speaker, is a unique country. We don't understand the value of this country, but it was September of 2010 when Mr. Henry Billingham came to Anguilla. He was the Minister for the Overseas Territories. And I, along with the grandfather of the House and other members of the House at that time, sat in Old Tare over lunch. And Henry Billingham said, 95% of British biodiversity sits here in these territories. 95% of British biodiversity. 95%. British biodiversity, no. Not Anguilla's biodiversity. Doesn't belong to us. Not even Zarnell, Shara, and at one point, Diane Kentish Rogers belong to Anguilla. Because while they may not develop the talents, they take them and they celebrate them. Look at this wonderful long jumper, the best in the history of England, Shara Proctor. But she never lost her Anguillianism. She always speaks like Anguillian. She doesn't twist her tongue. Madam Speaker. Zarnell Hughes, athlete hailing from South Hill. A lot of people don't know Shara and Zarnell are cousins. And Madam Speaker, one of the fastest sprinters in British history. And just like they belong to England, 95% of our biodiversity belongs to them. When will we wake up, Anguilla, and understand what we're dealing with, Madam Speaker? I always made reference to my old uncle, Uncle Freddie. He'll be 95 years this year, Madam Speaker, if God give him the strength. My daddy, even though he is what it is, his mind is still there. And I have great conversations with them, Madam Speaker. And when you speak to my uncle, who was a seafaring man, he would tell you, as youngsters, they would go to the northeast of Anguilla, and what they thought